Okay, hello and welcome back to another episode of Vault Hunters Plus Silent Gear Edition. So, in this episode, we got our board, we got some other stuff, but overall, our main thing is just going to be running a vault. But we're going to do that in a second after I finish crafting up all the blueprints. We're also going to make the jeweler's tools and figure out some of that stuff, but I'm gonna do that moderately off camera because you guys don't want to see that really. Also, I don't have any diamonds, so I guess we're doing that after I run the vault. But we're just gonna run a vault, probably gonna run two. But we also have some unspent skill points to allocate, and we can fill that guy up as well. So first off, we're gonna allocate the skill points, and I'm thinking we either max out hunters so we can use it every half a minute just to find certain types of chests, because right now, I think the best type of chest that we can find is probably going to be living. So, living chest. So we get living chests, we disable wooden chests, and now we're just going to go into the vault. I'm going to make one more shulker box before we go into the vault, just so that I have it, so that we don't have to really worry about a crazy amount of loot, because potentially we could be getting a lot of loot in this vault. Especially going for living chests specifically, we can get a lot of loot. But I also started growing the nether trees. They're out there, and I'll show you in a second, but I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my gosh. Holy, that sneeze was bad. But anyway, we're growing the nether trees because overall, they give us nether bananas, and nether bananas kind of a lit food source, as well as we need them apparently in the future, according to someone's comment. So we're just going to be getting as many of these as we possibly can, and I'm going to start making a giant tree farm of them. I almost just ran into the portal. That would have been interesting. Anyway, now we're kind of ready to run this vault. So let's chuck that in there. Now we got our wood, and let's go into our vault, first vault of this episode, because we're probably going to do two. Again, the people have been liking the longer episodes. People have been liking the more in-depth episodes. So yeah, every 30 seconds, we can toggle our X-ray. It's another elixir vault for living chests. So we're just going to mostly target living chests. Doesn't look like there's any living chests in here. So we're going to just loot, I think, just downstairs for a little bit of stuff, and I forgot to disable flight, but we'll just not fly, because that's fair, you know? We'll just not fly, because I trust myself. I don't have my ability bottle on me, which is very confusing to me, but, you know, we're good, right? There were some living chests? Okay, why didn't it detect them then? It did? Okay, maybe 9 chunks is too short of a distance. I thought 9 would be plenty, but apparently we're not even able to detect some stuff, so at least we get some ores, potentially. Of course, it's not guaranteed, just because, well, nothing is guaranteed unless you have fortune, so it is what it is. We're gonna let ourselves get poisoned a little bit, just because it overall isn't gonna harm us too much, but we're also gonna grab, hopefully, get some good stuff from these ores. We got 2 Larimar and a single Beniatite. Not bad for ores where we're not having fortune, because there's like a 2/3 chance to actually get a gem from those ores if you don't have fortune. If you do, it's like a guaranteed, but without it, it's a little risky. So we're just gonna loot, and I think we're gonna loot this room completely, and then we're going to go into the just searching for living chests mode. Also, I forgot that these guys were attacking us from behind. Okay, y'all gotta chill, please. The babies don't do any damage, but they do get very numerous. And so what we want to do is we want to gently put them to an end. And I say gently, but I mean with a sword, because it's the most gentle thing we can do for the babies. You have to just chop their heads off, otherwise they will grow and procreate, and then you could just get overwhelmed with slime. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just will happen, okay? Chill, it's all good. Except for now they're poisoning me, and so now I just need to go faster, because I don't know. Anywho, there should be some more Nate chests here. There are. 1 piece of vault gear. Our inventory's full. 45 is way too much. We'll just go with the things we only have 1 or 2 of. Perfect. And then we can go do. There we go. Can I put... No, I cannot. I'm assuming that's because stack size limitations. Because that's how that works usually. There's some coins over here. Okay. Hello, Vault Fighter. I have slain you and your kin, and there's merely only some coin piles as recompense. How dare you let me get my hands bloody and not have anything to reward me with, you vile creature. Doesn't look like there's anything over here, so we're gonna go... Oh, there's a pool down there. Perfect. We've already really technically completed the vault, but we're not done yet, because we gotta do quite a bit more. We're gonna go into this next room, go to the very center of the room, and then toggle X-ray to see if we can get anything living in here. I am gonna grab those ores though. Living chests, no living chests up here at least. We're gonna grab those ores real quick, and then we're gonna go down. And by the time we finish that, we should have the ability to scan again, and again, and again. And that should be perfect. And if you want to play this mod pack yourself, or if you don't understand what's going on, we are in a procedurally generated dungeon known as a vault that you get into by essentially opening a portal with a crystal that you craft from a bunch of random materials dictated by an altar that you then get to find loot, and the main goal is to please the vault gods and complete an artifact that we haven't even seen one of yet because they're incredibly rare at lower levels. And that is the whole goal of this mod pack, is essentially just going through, doing that, and finishing it, and then fighting the very final boss at the very end. So I hope that you will stick along with me and stay tuned for the entirety of this journey, because it shall be quite interesting, quite long, and overall quite difficult to finish. Anyway, no living chests, no living chests. And the reason why we're looking for living chests specifically is because the loot from living chests will essentially just give us more XP, because you can make burgers, which burgers give you XP for free because they're burgers. And that's just how burgers work. So this guy has an ability. Just like we can jump high, we have speed and such, certain mobs have abilities which will, when slain, we get the totem for. And that one gave us conduit power, which means that we now have conduit, which I guess means we can swim faster and not have to deal with stuff underwater, but I don't really know exactly. Anyway, over here's another POI. This POI is the worst of the gilded POIs. These are gilded chests, by the way, the gold and black ones. And I say it's the worst because it doesn't have any enchantment tables. And as of right now, we need an enchantment table, at least one, in order to make the Vault Enchanter, which will give us the ability to get higher level enchants, as well as only have to pay emeralds for enchants, as opposed to having to go through, do normal traders, go through all of that, kidnap some villagers, and do that whole process, because that's a little bit of a tedious process. Also, apparently one of these guys has an ability, this guy, Lively and Plagued, which means he had more health, and he also just radiated poison, which is suboptimal, I might say. Incredibly suboptimal. But overall, a lot of those mobs will have those abilities. And those ones we don't actually get to keep. Those ones are just things that add extra difficulty to them. And so makes it a little bit more difficult, which is the whole reason why this is its own thing, because it plays a little different. You don't have to make so many risks when it comes to getting loot, but you also have to risk potentially losing everything more often due to just having higher difficulty mobs, especially with the challenges that I've imposed on myself, like with this one only using Silent Gear stuff. Silent Gear in comparison to Vault Gear I mean, level 5 vault gear is about the same as the best silent gear. Unupgraded, like, for overworld gear. But it also gives us more variants and also higher stuff that we can get as well, which is the reason why we're doing silent gear only, because it is and should be possible for us to complete the actual thing. I say should be because I don't actually know yet. We haven't done this yet. I haven't tested anything. We're just going, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we'll find out, and it'll be entertaining content for you guys. So if you do enjoy watching me just go through the vaults, also that guy's a champion, and also one of them has an ability. Also, I did not mean to double jump, but I accidentally flew a little bit. Sorry about that. I will, yeah, this guy will hit me for a lot of damage. As you guys can see, he hits me for about 6 hearts and has 129 HP and heals whenever he hits me. So we've got to just evade as much as we possibly can in order to actually finally get rid of this guy, because otherwise he will just continue to heal like that, and then it'll take even longer, and we'll run out of durability, and we'll run out of time, and then we will pass away because we weren't able to kill a snapping turtle. A turtle is winning a battle against me, and I'm 1 HP. Genuinely 1 HP, because this guy does so much damage. The nether banana should help out a little bit. Okay. The nether banana helped out a little bit, but that was still incredibly risky. We almost just died to a little dumb boy who just wanted a nibble of my feet. And that was terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying having that happen. Also, we get a little extra speed. And this gilded POI has an enchantment table, which we're going to grab first, because we want to guarantee that we keep the enchantment table. Because even if we die, we will keep our loot, because we have beginner's insurance, or beginner's grace. But overall, we just want to make sure that we secure everything that we can. So we're going to loot a little bit down here, and then I am going to consume the lodestone, because I do not think that it is worth risking a ton in order to just get another champion. The same kind of champion. That means he'll hit me and gain life, which is not great, because I got to make sure that I can get rid of him before anything else sneaks up on me, which I was able to do, but it was a little bit risky. Also, these alligator snapping turtles natively do quite a bit of damage, so if you're playing this mod pack, please be aware that the alligator snapping turtles are no joke, and you will genuinely need to be afraid of them, even though it's a turtle. It's a turtle, and I know some people like turtles. I like turtles myself. However, do not risk it. Trust me. They will not, they are not friends. They are not family. They will hurt you, and you will be sad when you lose your loot and your gear, and then just your sanity because of it. Anywho, we got a big living POI over there, and then now we can grab the refills your mana pylon. We can grab a recharges 2 potion charges pylon, which we haven't even crafted a vault potion yet, which is one of the things we need to do for progression, but we haven't done that yet. So I think instead of running a second vault this episode, we're going to do some progression. Anyway, let's grab you and let's get out of this vault and see how much XP we got. Well, looks like we got 2,500 or 25,000 XP and our crates. Overall, pretty good loot overall, I must say. Not terrible loot. And now it's time to organize the loot real quick. Okay, well, what I decided to do is I'm actually going to make a shard pouch first. And the reason why I'm going to do that is just so that we don't have to worry about containing and keeping our soul shards in shulker boxes and such, because again, it's a little bit tedious as well as it's taking up way too much of my storage space. So we're just gonna put all of that into the shard pouch, and now I can organize everything and we'll look through all the good loot and all the vault gear and such. Okay, so overall we got quite a bit of really good loot. So we're just gonna go through all that right now. There's no reason to really dilly-dally. So we got 4 Larimar, 1 Bennytite, we got 2 relic booster packs, 1 mystery box, and then we got 3 mod boxes, which will give us a bunch of knowledge shards, which is perfect because that's exactly what we need in order to gain even more stuff. We also got 17 pieces of vault gold, and now we have a total of 3 orbs of regret, which we can take really quickly. Then we also have a bunch of different pieces of vault gear. So we'll start off with the scrappy and common, because we're not going to use it, so we might as well just take it and go just like that. And we got scrappy, 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 common, 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 common. Wow. As opposed to our last haul, which was out of 5 scrappy, 2 epics and 1 rare. 2 rares out of the rare, nothing crazy, nothing insane. So now we'll go through vault looting. We crafted a shard pouch, which means that we will get a pouch, which will let us have a little bit of a backpack thing. And what I'm going to need to do for that first is make sure to add to not pick up soul shards, because those soul shards will go into the shard pouch. Now we also have more stuff, so we need a vault enchanter, we need a vault potion, we need a bounty table. So, what we'll need first is for the goblin's vial. We already pretty much have everything except for we got the chromatic iron, so now we've got a goblin's vial. Then for the bounty table, we need some vault essence. We'll grab really quickly. We can just do that. So now we've got the bounty table. Then I need the enchanting table, and I'm gonna need some blocks of chromatic iron. So we get 2 blocks of chromatic iron, and then what else? I need 2 emeralds, a book, and that should be all of it. Yep, perfect. So now we've got our vault enchanter. We've got our bounty table, and we've got our little vial, which will heal us. So we're actually going to keep that in our inventory because it's a little risky if we don't have some form of healing. Of course, we've got the banana, we've got the goblin's vial, which are both pretty cool. We're also level 11, so now that we've accomplished these quests, we've got bounties and rewards. Complete a bounty, that's going to be a whole different thing. So we can actually... Vault meat. We'll do the vault meat one for 5 vault meat. Also, we got another ender pearl. We got some bottles of enchanting, which I guess are gonna go in here. And overall, that's pretty much most of what we're gonna do for this episode. But we also have some expertise. So, what we're gonna do, since we have the vault enchanter, I'm gonna enchant everything off camera. We're gonna learn 1 level of fortunates, just so we have an increase of fortune. Then in talents, I think that since we've got this guy maxed out, we're gonna start going for something else, which is going to be Poison Nova. The reason why we're going for Poison Nova is because there's something called Toxic Reaction, where killing a mob affected by poison has a chance of casting a Poison Nova of your level. When the mob dies, this effect can chain indefinitely. It requires you to have levels in Poison Nova, so that's a future thing that we're going to be doing. First, we gotta level up Nova. We also need to get more ability power, because we can't do that naturally, just due to us not being able to wear any gear that increases it, or use any weapons that increase it. But that's pretty much what we're going to be doing, and overall, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. If you did, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Those sticks don't work, apparently. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Have a great day. Bye-bye.